Greetings everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's a matter of great pleasure for me to welcome you all for our international seminar on for all women and girls rights, equality, and empowerment, which is being held today on UN International Women's Day on March 8, 2025. As we gather today, we are reminded that International Women's Day is more than a moment of reflection. Rather, it is a call to action. It's a reminder that empowerment of women is essential to the progress of societies everywhere. The voices of women, strong, resilient, and innovative, must be heard and respected in every space where decisions are made. Today is about celebrating the bold strides women have made in breaking barriers, but also recognizing the work that remains. We must continue to dismantle the systems that hold women back, creating a world where every woman, regardless of her background, has the opportunity to reach her full potential. Let's make today not just a celebration, but a commitment, one that inspires action, drives change, and fosters a future of equality for all. Yes, this is a day where the world turns pink, but women don't need a pink chair to claim their seat at the table or a pink balloon to feel celebrated. True change happens when their voices are heard and acted upon because the real change is about action. The real change is about dismantling the barriers. The real change is about creating the opportunities, the inclusive opportunities. The real change is about valuing women's voices, be at homes or workplaces. Recognize them. Yes, recognize them. Coming to the brief overview of International Council for Education, Research and Training. This institution is an autonomous, non government, leading scientific and professional research and training organization, which today has taken the initiative to celebrate International Women's Day. Its offices are located in Washington, D.C., California, Sydney, New Delhi, and many countries. With several educators, researchers, consultants, students, ICRT not only develops educational training programs but also manages institutes and promotes research and training education globally. This is an institution of learning and training, facilitating education and social welfare initiatives with the motto knowledge, wisdom, and prosperity. ICRT is working with the mission to promote advancement and application for scientific researches. Looking forward to very innovative and very interactive dialogues today on women's empowerment. I'll quickly give you overview of the instructions for the participants. The seminar duration will be 2 hours plus minus 15 minutes. Please follow the digital ethics and keep your mic off. Don't write unnecessary messages in the chat box. There is no attendance or feedbacks link as the attendance is automatically recorded. Those who have attended at least 75% of the time duration will give the certificate of the participation. If you have any question to the honorable speakers, you could raise your hand or request to unmute you at the end of the session. We will have a question answer session towards the end. Attendance and participation certificates will be issued in 15 to 20 days. And for forthcoming programs of ICRT, please visit www.icrt.org.in. Thank you. Now, I would like to welcome our chief patron of today's seminar, Dr. Uma Sinha ma'am. Dr. Uma Sinha ma'am, with 24 years of teaching experience, holds MSc in Life Science, Human Physiology, PhD in Life Science, Human Physiology, and B.Ed from Tripura University, MPhil in Biochemistry, and M.Ed from IGNOU and UGC NET. Also, she has done Swayam MOOC course. She has received an international honor including Global Youth Icon Award, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Award, Dr. Sarvpali Radhakrishnan Award, and many more. She is also an ICRT Fellow from ICRT New Delhi and has received Excellence Certificate from HRD Minister Srimati Zubin Irani, Government of India. She is also the editorial board member of Edumania, an international multidisciplinary peer-reviewed refereed journal, and she has also reviewed peer journal of Asian Journal of Medicine and Health. She previously worked as a principal at VD, Varun Dhaka Institute of Technology, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, New Delhi, from 2017 to 2023. She is also working as an academic counselor in IGNOU from 2017. Before that, she has also worked 17 years in CBSE affiliated schools at HOD of Science Department. To her credit, she has participated in 850 national and international conferences, which includes 205 international and 550 at national level. She has published 13 ISBN books. By now, she has published 36 research papers and articles in various peer reviewed journals and books. And she has also been invited as chairperson, resource person in various conferences and webinars. We are honored to welcome you as the chief patron of the seminar, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Dilpreet ma'am, uh, for appreciating words. I am audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening to one and all present here. Today, all we have gathered here to celebrate this International Women's Day. I am highly honored. Hello,
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
but it is not showing here. Wait.
Your screen is being shared.
Okay. So thank you. Oh, now it's okay. Good evening to one and all present here. Today we all have gathered here to celebrate the International Women's Day, and I'm highly honored and feel privileged to have given these opportunities to address everyone on these very special occasions. On behalf of ICRT team, I, Dr. Uma Sinha, would like to express my sincere gratitude and heartfelt welcome to each and every members who present here in and also join in the Zoom and in the YouTube. Thank you so much. I honorably and heartfelt welcome to our keynote invited speaker of today, Dr. Ophelia Alijet Ramos, Assistant Professor, University of the Philippines. Then Dr. Indra Dikshit, Principal, Lakshmi Narayan College of Professional Studies, and Dr. Nehal D. Shah, Assistant Professor, Department of Narayan College, Department of Biotechnology, Sarvajanik University, and founder, Rutuja Charitable Trust. You are most welcome here, ma'am. Your presence motivate us and celebrate this one, elevate the significance of this gathering. Today we gather not just to celebrate the incredible achievements of this Women Day, we also here to honor the strength, grace, and endless spirit they bring into our life. Like rivers that curve through the stone, women have been shaped our world with quiet resilience and unwavering determinations. Being a woman myself, it really feels very nice to have a special day for the women too when they can be appreciated and honored. Globally, we celebrate this International Women's Day on the 8th of the March to honor the achievements of the women in the various fields. These celebrations give acknowledgement to those women personality who excelled in their own field. So in 2025, the theme for the International Women's Day is for all women and girls, right, equality, and empowerment. This highlighting the need for the inclusions and immediate actions to break down the systematic barrier that hold back progress for the women and girls globally. This year theme call for the actions that can unlock equal rights, powers, and opportunities for all and feminist this one future where no one is left behind. Central to these visions is empowering the next generations, especially for the young adolescent boys and girls. They're acting as a catalyst for these lasting changes. This year is extra special because it marked the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Declarations and Platform for the Actions. the most progressive and widely endorsed blueprint for the women's and the girls' rights worldwide. International Women's Day, we know that is observed to recognize the cultural, political, social, and economical achievements made by the women. It serves as an opportunity to inspire efforts to end gender biases and discriminations and achieve the gender equality. And especially the color which is used to represent the International Women's Day is purple for justice, green for hope, and white for the purity. It represents the long struggle for the women's suffrage and equality. As we know that in Indian history also many women are created many achievements like we can say about Kalpana Chawla, Indira Gandhi ji, then Kiran Bedi. They are all true inspiring. We can say we are getting too much inspired from them. So we can say that on this International Women's Day, let us recognize the significance of the women in our lives and on the society and inspire them for the greater future achievement as this contribute equally to the home, society, and the nations. Happy International Women's Day. With this, I welcome you all once again and wish you a day filled with the learning and unforgettable memories. Thank you, ICRT, for providing this wonderful platform. And once again, we welcome our resource person. And thank you, Dilpreet ma'am, for giving me opportunity to say a few words. Let's start the today webinar.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you for your words of wisdom. We really got very inspired, and I must say that the session is going to spark lights of enthusiasm and innovation among all of us today. So, quickly, I'll welcome our first keynote speaker of the day, that is Ophelia Eljede Ramos, ma'am, Assistant Professor at University of the Philippines. Ophelia Eljede Ramos, ma'am, took a doctorate of philosophy in science education with a major in mathematics from West Vyasa State University, fully funded by the Department of Science and Technology. She completed all coursework and defended her dissertation about the mathematical intricacies of the Sinulog festival. She earned a Master of Education in Mathematics from the University of Philippines in 2018 and a Bachelor of Secondary Education with a major of Mathematics from Cebu Normal University in 2015. Currently serving as an assistant professor and the member of System Committee on Basic Education at the University of Philippines, Cebu, Ramos ma'am imparts her expertise in mathematics and education to junior and senior high school students. With a multifaceted professional background, Ramos ma'am has also worked as marketing officer and served as a professional teacher in various colleges and universities, including elementary, junior high school, senior high school, Chinese, and the College of Engineering and Architecture. Furthermore, her involvement as a trainer at Mathematics Trainers Guild of Philippines showcases her dedication to nurturing mathematical skills. Ramos ma'am actively engages with organizations such as Mathematical Society of Philippines and served as a secretary and education committee member at the Commission on Youth. Her research interest includes ethnomathematics, service learning, action research, curriculum planning and evaluation, demonstrating a holistic approach to education of hers. She is currently a peer review of Journal of Multidisciplinary Perspectives. We are honored to welcome you at the board, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kerr, for that warm welcome. Good day, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to wherever you are. I am Al Jade. My friends call me Jade. I am from the Philippines and I grew up in our province here in Cebu. Um, this is so me when I grew up. When I grew up. No. I grew up with boys, as my cousins were boys. And when we grew up together, while they learned how to drive, they learned how to bike, they learned sports, they learned computer games. Here I was, learning how to read notes and playing my violins and any musical instruments. And I was enjoying that not until I realized it when I was a little bit older. Now, imagine a world in which every girl receives the knowledge growing up that wherever her dreams go, she can go. That no one will tell her that mathematics is too difficult, or science is behind her, or worst case scenario, leadership belongs to someone else. That's so sad. But here's the truth. This world isn't a fantasy. It can be achieved, it can be done, and it begins with us, especially us girls, as women in the field. Now, here, we are to talk about empowerment, about rights and equality aligned with the United Nations theme for the Women's Month this year, the 2025. And these empowerment, these rights, these equality are no ideals. They are realities that we are going to create actively. And one of the surest tools available for creating this reality where girls and women are equally having opportunities with men is something even more surprising than it would be. It is mathematics. Yes, yes, yes. It is this mathematics. The same discipline that has built civilizations, the same discipline that has sent astronauts into space, the discipline that unraveled the mystery of the universe. Yes, mathematics. And yet, for all those years, it was a field where women were not supposed to be. Sad. But let me tell you things. History has another story to tell. By the way, why do we have to have math? Why is math a tool for empowerment? Because math is a tool for power and independence. It helps problem solving, leadership, financial literacy, a gateway to STEM careers and innovation. It's not just numbers. Now, let me tell you stories about history. First is Hypatia. No? I have learned the name Hypatia when I was in college. It was never taught to us in high school or in elementary. I don't know why. I just learned it in the university. Now, Hypatia is the first known female mathematician. She is a Greek philosopher, an astronomer from Alexandria, Egypt. Now, she learned her maths, her ways through her dad, her father. Later on, Hypatia led a Neoplatonist school in Alexandria in Egypt. Historical records suggest that she edited and wrote commentaries on major mathematical texts. If you are into mathematics like me, you would be familiar with these Euclid's Elements, Apollonius's Conics, and Diophantus's Arithmetica. She wrote about these, but of course, women as they are during her time, no, it was recorded at all. And sad to say, because Hypatia was a pagan, no, this was a famous painting of her death where Christians, fanatics as they are during these times, during her time, no, because it was the bloom of Christianity, she was dragged to her death. But her death marked the decline of classical intellectual tradition in Alexandria. No? Hypatia was the first known woman mathematician. She was brilliant mind in ancient Greece, but she was silenced for her intelligence. Ada Lovelace, the first computer programmer. She is the daughter of the poet Lord Byron, but most of us only know Lord Byron, not his daughter. Ada was an English mathematician and writer, best known for her work in Charles Babbage Analytical Engine, an early mechanical general purpose computer. She wrote the first algorithm intended to be executed by a machine. She lived in a time when women had little to no access to formal mathematical education. Sad, no? But her work was largely ignored during her lifetime. But when she died during the 20th century, during the rise of computer science, she gained recognition. Ada Lovelace recognized that machines could manipulate symbols, not just numbers. This is her vision was an early vision of AI, of artificial intelligence. That's why I think this photo of her is actually produced but generated by AI. I asked I think Canva to generate a photo of Ada Lovelace. Okay. Ada dreamed up the first computer program, but she was dismissed for decades. Again, decades. She died, dismissed for decades. She was forgotten, but in the 20th century, when the computer science rose, they recognized her. That's still sad because who wants to be recognized after their death? Anyway, another woman in the field of STEM, we have Katherine Johnson. She is an African American woman, mathematician, whose calculations were critical in NASA's early space missions. No, the early space missions were the following: the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, the Apollo 13 rescue mission in 1970. She was hailed as the woman computer, something in NASA, NACA then. No. She faced discrimination because number one, she's a woman. Number two, she's a woman of color. No. Double dead for the lack of better term. No. But she persisted through her talent and determination. And I believe everybody is familiar with Hidden Figures. That's a 2016 movie that brought her story to a global audience. So if you aren't familiar, I think the saddest part there is when she looked for a bathroom and then the bathroom is like blocks away from her main building, but she persisted to go there, rain and shine, just just to do her business and then come back to the office wearing heels because then during her time bathrooms for colored people were separated from the white people. So imagine the struggle of being a woman of color plus a woman in STEM. All of her colleagues were men in NASA at that time. Another woman, huh? Another woman. We have Mariam, well, Mariam Mizakani. I don't know if I have pronounced her well, but yeah. So she was the first woman to win the Fields Medal. It's an equivalent Nobel Prize for mathematics. Sadly, she bid farewell 2017 because of cancer. But take note of this. She's the first Iranian and first Muslim to receive the Fields Medal. So first woman, first Iranian, and the first Muslim to receive the medal. She specialized in geometry, complex geometry, and dynamic systems in mathematics. She's also the first Iranian woman to win a gold medal at the International Mathematical Olympiad that is still existing as of now. But we have our Chinese friends winning the Olympiad most of the time. The International Day of Women in Mathematics is celebrated because of her, is established because of her. And we celebrate that during May 12th, her birthday. No. Her research involvement connected different branches of mathematics, including but not limited to topology, my favorite geometry, and algebra. Okay. But sad thing like Katherine Johnson, no? Katherine Johnson's calculation made it possible for men to go to the moon. Again, Katherine Johnson's calculation made it possible for men to go to the moon. But for years, her name was rarely spoken. I can't imagine the 21st century people not recognizing Johnson because without that movie that hidden figures. But for years, these names were not spoken, I'm not even sure most of us, 50-60% of us, do not know the people that I have mentioned, from Hypatia to Mariam. This, even today, no, women are underrepresented in the sciences and mathematics. I hope you know that, no? Here, there are gender gaps in STEM. According to researchers, women make up less than 30% of the world's researchers in STEM. Gender stereotypes discourages girls from pushing math and science, even engineering. I was questioned because my first choice, I wanted to become an engineer, but my cousins, my friends told me that you wanted to become an engineer. So what would you do? You would just stay in the office? Something like that. Now, even today, no, we are always underrepresented. This is not because of the lack of talent, but for barriers, for prejudice, for absence of equal opportunity, and for social bias, for patriarchy's sake. This and because of this, we have a lack of female role models in STEM fields. This is not just a loss to women. This is a loss to humanity. Because when women come into math and science, no, they don't just solve equations or problems. They solve real world problems. They guide discoveries, and later on, they change the future. But again, math is not just about numbers. Math is power. Math is a tool for empowerment. Math is a tool for empowerment in terms of financial independence. No, when women know about wage negotiation, savings, and investments, it's financial independence. And these opportunities lead to economic freedom. I wanted to quote my colleague who told us in his speech that a strong and independent woman is a financially strong and financially independent woman. And you need math to do that. Mathematics is also leadership. Problem solving and analytic reasoning are the foundations for business, for government, and innovation decision making. See, math is problem solving. It creates solutions in technology, in healthcare, in businesses. But how do we break the gap? We still have a gap. It is breaking, mathematics actually is breaking barriers. Every girl who is shown to love math instead of fear it is a girl who becomes more confident in her own ability and intelligence. I think I am one of the examples of that girl. We have to stop saying to little girls and even boys, no, there's no exemption, that math is difficult, that math is not for them. Instead, we tell them math is a tool and you have to use that tool. That tool is yours to use. So how do we bridge the gap? Because equality is not something that happens by accident. It happens by doing. So what do we do? How do we bridge the gap? First, we should encourage young girls explore STEM fields. Make girls realize that mathematics or STEM is an area where they fit in. Second, we have to provide mentorship and support of women in the sciences, offer guidance for young women pursuing STEM, no? Whether it be on mathematics, pure sciences, medicine, engineering, and the likes. Resist, challenge traditional stereotypes, preventing women from career advancement. No, I myself pursued a PhD, no, a program. When I was in college, I out of 20, I think teachers in mathematics, only 2 were girls. The rest would be boys. So I was challenged. How how would it be? Where would I gain my mentor? Where would I get mentor? Or where would I get a model for math teaching? You know? And when we break barriers, we don't know what happens next. Maybe the next astronaut on Mars could be a woman. Maybe the next medical or major medical breakthrough could be made by a woman. The next big innovation in technology could come from a woman. Sorry. But this is only if we make doors available and somehow help them open that door, that opportunity. So let me leave you, this is a conclusion already. Let me leave you with this. When women rise, the world rises with them. It is not sufficient to celebrate the achievements of women in Women's Month. Not even enough for a month, no? We must be striving to create a world where every girl has the potential or the chance to realize her potentials. To educators, kindly inspire, urge your girls to ask questions. Or ask the girls, let them speak their mind, let them do what even men can do. You think only men can do. Inspire and encourage them. To parents, encourage your daughters to study mathematics, science, and leadership. Let them explore. No, okay. Other parents would want their children to, or their girls or their daughters to learn how to cook, to learn how to good. They must be good in writing or stuff at home. No, please don't let them settle on that box. There are a lot of things girls can do. To women, especially to those women listening to me right now, never allow someone to ever define for you where you belong and where you don't. You belong wherever your mind takes you. Take note of that. The future is not waiting to change. We are the change. Let us break barriers. Let us open doors. And let's have a world where every woman and girl can stand up. Thank you so much for this opportunity, ICERT. This has been Aljade. And get back to you, Dr. Kaur.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Ramos ma'am, for your enlightening lecture on the remarkable contributions of women in mathematics. Your insights have not only highlighted their great groundbreaking achievements but also inspired us to continue breaking barriers in the field. We truly appreciate your time, knowledge, and dedication to this important subject. Truly, mathematics is a universal language of logic, patterns, relationships, forming the foundation of science, technology, and everyday life. It enables problem solving, critical thinking, innovation, shaping advancements ranging from engineering to economics to now artificial intelligence. So, heartfelt thank you, ma'am, for your insightful and inspiring session, shedding light on the crucial aspects of women empowerment and progress. Your valuable perspectives have enriched our discussions and motivated us to drive the meaningful change in the field, in whatever field we have. So now I would move to our next resource person and keynote speaker of the day, Dr. Indira Dikshit. Professor Dr. Indira Dikshit is an academician in the area of commerce, management, and research. She is also a trainer and a counselor. She has more than 18 years of experience in teaching and academia. Her qualifications include MCOM, MPhil, MBA, and PhD. She is working as principal in Lakshmi Narayan College of Professional Studies, SKC LNCT Group of Colleges Indore, and also associated with Research Foundation of India as MP State Coordinator. She is Vice President of Center for Promoting Education and Research in Commerce and Management in Education Research and Development Association. She has been recognized with various awards in academics like Teaching Excellence Award, Young Researcher Award, Best Paper Presentation, and many more. She is a research guide in Devi Ahalya University. Dr. Dikshit is also the editor and reviewer in many renowned publications and journals. Dr. Dikshit has published more than 40 research papers in reputed international and national UGC Care and UGC approved refereed journals and in books as well. She has also presented 25 research papers in national and international conferences held at various institutes. She is invited as an expert guest in various workshops and FTPs related to her field. She has also been an editor for ISBN book and conference proceedings. Not only this, she is a member of various social NGOs as well. We are really honored to welcome you today, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Gulpreet ma'am. And first of all, a very, very happy International Women's Day to all the respected dignitaries and dear participants. Wait few minutes. I share my PPT.
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, are you able to connect?
Yes, ma'am. I think there are some technical issue. I tried. Wait a
Okay,
minute.
okay. Otherwise, technical team can assist you. You can try
Okay.
first. Should I tell technical team to connect with your PPT, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. May I share with you?
You have already shared, I think, with the
Ma'am,
ICRT.
wait a
Uh,
minute. Ma'am, please
Let me
technical
know.
teacher.
Can we share the PPT of Diksha, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I shared.
You have to just click on the share button that is displayed on your screen, ma'am. You must be
Ma'am,
viewing the
uh,
share button.
but PPT is not show in my drive. I already a demo session I completed this, but I don't know. I shared in your WhatsApp, ma'am.
Uh, ICRT team, can we share the PPT of ma'am? Already shared. Just wait a minute. We are working on it, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
We are sharing your PPT on our behalf. Just wait a minute.
Okay, ma'am. I also trying to share.
You can start, ma'am. The
Ma'am,
PPT.
may I also share? हो रहा है, possible हो पा रहा है मेरे लिए?
You can try it.
Yes, ma'am.
If it is okay.
Okay, ma'am, it is visible
Yes, yes, it is visible, ma'am.
and I'm audible also?
Yes, sure. You can start, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. And sorry for delay, uh, all the dignitaries and participants. In 2025, the International Women's Day theme is All Women's and Girls' Rights, Equality and Empowerment. We are women, and what is the women? Woman is stand for wonderful, outstanding, marvelous, adorable, and nice. Dear participants and dear dignitaries, I welcome to in this event, and I am very thankful to team ICERT for organize this wonderful webinar. International Women's Day, 2 days tomorrow or day after, you should be celebrate every day. Women are the basic जो नींव बोल सकते हैं हम परिवार की वो होती हैं और जो वुमेन्स डे इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे तो सिर्फ एक ही दिन आता है लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वुमेन्स डे तो हर दिन ही होता है क्योंकि जो दिन की शुरुआत है हर घर की वो होती है एक फीमेल से एक वुमेन से naturally naturally when we talk about women's empowerment in India what we refer that women must need to be aware of their rights like the right to vote, property rights, freedom of movement, their legal rights, and many more. Which means empowering women is making women realize their self growth, their abilities to determine their own choice, and shaping the society where women can enjoy their respect and rights just like other humans. We are know very well in our all world and especially in India, there's some crimes against women like domestic violence, robbery, acid attack, rape, and sexual harassment, trafficking, or and also our similarly some our justice system, some social issues in India. The women are like as goddess Devi, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, Ma Durga, and also every woman play a vital role as mother, sister, wife, a friend. But so really need to also in this era empowerment in probably the totality of following of similar capabilities. Some are here decision making power of their own, access to information and resources for taking proper decision, having a range of option and choice, positive thinking on the ability to make changes, ability to learn skills, ability to change other perception and domestic means involving in the growth process and changes that the never end and self-initiated increasing one's positive self image and overcoming. Some women's a role model for India, and we can say that it is a synonym of woman empowerment. First is Mary Kom. Everyone known Mary Kom is a youth icon and also a big celebrity all over the world. Mary Kom is an inspiration for many Indian women. She proved the women are no lesser to men and can make wonders if rightly supported. She has won Medal of India and international competition and is still continue to do so. And one of the Savitri Bai Phule, she was one of the first female doctor in India and as well as one of the first teacher at the time when women were not allowed to enter school or colleges. Oh my God. She also founded a school for girls and started an organization to help women learn about their rights as well as give them access to education. Salute for her. And also Saina Nehwal. She is an Indian badminton player who has won several titles of Commonwealth, Asian and World Championship. She is also a receiver of the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award and Padma Shri. Deepika Kumari. She is an Indian uh, archer and a gold medalist at the 2010 Asian Games. She won a bronze medal in the same event in 2018, making her only the third woman to win an individual medal for India at the Games. Kalpana Chawla, everyone known. Kalpana Chawla was an Indian born American astronaut who has the first Indian woman to travel to space. She was born on March 17, 1962 in Karnal, Haryana. She died in the space shuttle Columbia disaster on February 1st, 2003. Lata Mangeshkar. Lata Mangeshkar was an Indian playback singer and music director who is known as the Nightingale of Bollywood. She was awarded the Dada Sahab Phalke Award in 1989, the Bharat Ratna after MS Samudiki and Guinness Book of World Record for most song in the world in 1974. Mother Teresa, Meena Keshwani, and our president present president, Srimati Draupadi Murmu. Srimati Draupadi Murmu was shown is the 15th president of India on 25 July 2022. Previously, she was the governor of Jharkhand from 2015 to 2021. She was devoted her life to empowering the down to earth and the section and depending on domestic values. नीड फॉर वुमन एम्पावरमेंट इन दिस इन सबके होते हुए भी कुछ नीड है वुमेन्स एम्पावरमेंट के लिए वो क्या है डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर फॉर वुमेन फ्रीडम फॉर मूवमेंट एक्सेस टू एजुकेशन एक्सेस टू एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सपोजर टू मीडिया एंड डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस the advantages of the women empowerment next generation will be improved because of her if women will be empowerment she will not a burden on anyone financial burden of men can be shared with her support finally can be more strong because of the both working hands when financially problems will be shared then results of conflict rights of women, the rights of the same employment opportunity, including the application of the same criteria of the selection, the right to free choice of profession and employment, the right to promotion, job security, and all benefits and condition of services, and right to receive vocational trainings and retirement extent to which a woman is able to decide where the income she has earned may be challenged to. The right to equal remuneration, participation is crucial decision making process. The right to protection of health and safety. At a conclusion, we can say that women represent half the world's population and gender uh, inequality exists in every nation on the planet. Until women are given the same opportunity the men are, entire society will be decided to perform below their true potential. The greatest need of the art is the change of social attitude to women. The origin of a child is a mother, a woman. She shows as a man what sharing, caring, and loving is all about. There, that is the essence of a woman. At the last of this session, we can say, and I can proudly say that I feel proud to be a woman. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Indira Dikshit, for your inspiring lecture on women empowerment, highlighting the vital roles women play in shaping the society. From leaders like Indira Gandhi in politics, you mentioned, and to Kalpana Chawla in space exploration, women continue to break barriers and redefine the success. Your insights have reinforced the importance of resilience, education, and equality in creating a more inclusive world, I must say. We truly appreciate your wisdom, ma'am, and the inspiration you have shared with us today was meticulous. And thank you for your contribution. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now, I would like to introduce our next keynote speaker of the day, Dr. Nehal D. Shah. Dr. Nehal Dilip Shah is an accomplished academician and researcher with over 21 years of teaching experience, including 14 years as an assistant professor of zoology at Sarvajanik University, Surat. She has guided more than 50 MSc dissertations, supervised PhD researches, and published multiple research papers in national and international journals. As the founder of Rutuja Charitable Trust and the Association of Zoologists, she has led numerous initiatives in education, mental health, and women's welfare. She is the council member of WICCI Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Surat chapter. Dr. Shah has delivered over 25 invited lectures, chaired academic sessions, and presented research at more than 50 national and international conferences. She has also received several awards, including the Eclavia Award and Global Youth Icon Award, for her contributions to academia and social impact she has given. We are very honored, ma'am, to welcome you at the board today. Dr. Nehal, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dalpreet ji, for such a modest and such a profound profile description. I hope I truly deserve what you have been saying about me. Very warm welcome and good evening to everybody. A happy International Women's Day. And on account of today, I have chosen a topic which is very dear to me, as I come from the background of no, particularly science and health. I wish to no, start sharing my views about science and health. So before I begin my presentation and talk, I no, express great gratitude towards the whole team of ICRT. I have also given a presentation past related to youth skill on meditation and why meditation can be a part of the skill program. And I'm glad that ICRT gave me another chance to express my views about why health and well-being are fundamental rights for every woman and girl. I also acknowledge the presence and the esteemed people all over the world who have joined today, and a special presence of our today's patron. Ahuja ji and Olafia ji and Indira ji, who all have been here gracing today's seminar. All the professors, esteemed experts from all over the world. Hope we have a good discussion on health and well-being and its fundamentals today. So, going on to my topic, let me begin with the most common aspect which I would like to talk about to start with. That is why and how this topic becomes so important. So, when I say health and well being, a fundamental right for every woman and girl, I want to desiccate this topic to you and want you to rethink on the words health, well being, fundamental rights, women, and girls. So, when we put all of these words, somewhere we have really missed to look into the details that why these words are so crucial and important. So, before I actually come down and draw your attention towards the health issues of women, I would like to take you to the journey of the original concepts of this health, well-being, and fundamental rights. So let's understand these terms as given by international organizations and bodies like World Health Organization. So health is a state of complete physical, mental well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity as described by WHO. Uh, but this is not the only thing. Now, even WHO is changing this and bringing it to a more better and broader terminology. So, health is not only physical, mental, social, but also emotional, also spiritual, okay, and definitely not having any diseases. And that is why WHO also introduced another concept, which is what is well being. So now we talk also about wellness and well being more along with the health. And what does this well being means? So, well being is a positive state experienced by individuals and societies, encompassing quality of life and the ability of people and societies to contribute to the world with a sense of meaning and purpose. Please look at the words. It is a positive state when you feel good about something. So it is a state, no, that kind of a state where you have a sense of well-being, a sense of meaning, no, about your own self and your surrounding. That makes it more, living full, lively living of your own self, and that is what really matters today. We have seen cases wherein people have a lot of money, materialistic no gains, but still they are not healthy, they are not happy. So well-being includes the concept of happiness as well. And I'll take you a little bit more in this concept because this is where the whole talk and the critical points actually start and begin. So, when we talk about well being and wellness, these are the 8 defined dimensions of well being and wellness: emotional, social, the environmental aspect, definitely the physical, but also the workplace matters. So, what occupation you are into? Are you into your profession, happy or not? How much your profession is toiling onto your physical, emotional, mental levels? Spiritual, and along with spiritual we also have one word, that is financial. So you also have financial things which counts for well-being and health. We'll look into this eventually. And next word is intellectual. So your ability to express, undertake some skills, update yourself in the skills, all these, and in your possibility to update yourself in the skills, that would really create a quality environment for you, which is going to be no the major aspect wherein you feel well-being. There is a point of feeling well-being, having a standard for living, and that what matters more than remaining disease free. So that brings a sense of life to your whole life, the aim and the objective of your living, and you that the feeling of happiness would come up. So these are the 8 major dimensions. This includes almost everything. And when we talk about women health in particular, then what does women health and well-being means? So here, when we are talking about women health, we are not targeting any one particular age group of women, but we are encompassing overall quality of life of the women, starting from her birth till that of her old age. This will cover a big spectrum, and why I have chosen this big spectrum, eventually you will come to know about that also, that why you need to discuss so much about women's health. What are fundamental rights? So fundamental rights, they are the ones which are basic. Fundamental means basic. So there is a set of basic freedom all over the world we have accepted and we have acknowledged as a human society, that certain things needs to be in the fundamentals of us as in civilian. For example, the right to water, right to obtaining food. So those are going to be the fundamentals. So here, the set of basic, no particular freedom and entitlements that guarantee to every citizen of the country as per the constitution, and that will give a dignified freedom, liberty of being well-being in your own country, in your own society. And this also, when we talk about with reference to India, we have India constituting this into article number 14 as these all, which you can see in the slide, as the fundamental rights. So right to equality, right to constitutional remedies, cultural and educational rights, right to freedom of religion, right against getting exploited, and right to freedom. These are all given into our own Indian constitution. And I would put a question here. Please think in your mind, how many are actually being given or are being executed by women at this juncture. Now, when we talk about women, and when I particularly talk about this whole of this topic related to women, why to talk about women? Why are we not talking about men? Why are we celebrating International Women Day? There are a lot of arguments about why you are giving so much importance to women by celebrating or commemorating Women's Day, and what's the need? Why not for men? There are also people who are against of women, this kind of celebration. The reasons will eventually be highlighted when you see the slides and when we are discussing about it. One of the reason to talk about women is they are multitaskers. You can take any damn example in any corner of the world. You will find women to be doing many tasks at a time. It's natural, sometimes it's by force, but they do a lot of tasks at a time. No, in one time itself, they are involved into 5, 6 different activities, maybe more, not one to one, but maybe more activities. Second important aspect is naturally they are caregivers. All the women, they are biologically made in such a way that they cannot always think about themselves first. You can take the example of your own mothers. She's going to first see that everybody in the house has eaten the food well, and then whatever is left over, she'll eat. If there is some favorite recipe or a good recipe made, and suddenly, even though she has planned enough, but if it is in less quantum left out, she will not eat herself. She'll first think of others. So they are natural caregivers. They'll put everybody first and then think about themselves secondly. Sometimes they never think about themselves. I've seen women like that also. And third important point is one and only being that can live with two hearts. Why two hearts? One of her and one of her baby. Who in the world can carry a baby for 9 good months? It's she who carries the baby for 9 good months. So she owes, and the baby heartbeat starts on 25th to 28th day of pregnancy. Okay, not weeks or months. It starts on the very 25th day, when the female is not even aware that she's pregnant. The heartbeat of the baby has already started. Now she lives with that for good 9 months, and thereafter also, after the delivery also. Now this doesn't happen with men. Okay, so I'm not in against of men, but I want to draw your attention why we need to pay more importance. We need to give little more emphasis on the health and well-being of women. I want you to take this from today's session. Showing you one more slide. Now, this is not going to be understood by many. Many will find what she's showing. This is a scientific slide which shows her menstrual cycle. It's her period cycle. The major component of being female is the monthly cycle that she undergoes. And why I have shown you this, you can see the diagram looks very complicated here itself. She goes through this complicated diagram actually throughout 1 month, and this happens throughout her life. Let's assume a female, as per India, okay, female average menstrual age is 12.5. So let's consider 12 years. 12 years to that of no till 30-35 years. If she is in a healthy condition, 40 years. She's going to menstruate, she's going to come across period, except those pregnancy years. Every year, 12 months, calculate from age 13 or 12 till that of 40. How many years? Minus few years of her miscarriage or maybe her pregnancy, she comes across these periods. And these periods are this complicated. Every day is a new day for a woman internally, because the body is not only about ovaries or uterus. It starts with your brain of the female, okay, because the ovaries, uterus are governed by the brain. It starts from the hypothalamus of the brain, going to the pituitary, and then going to the ovary and uterus. There is a whole command, and the whole system functions and works in this direction. And this is not happening only for 4 days when she's bleeding. This is happening throughout the 28, 30 days of a month. Every month when she's undergoing this, there is going to be some change internally. A lot of change internally. Okay, and that is making her a little bit different than men, and that is one reason you need to care about her and you need to talk about her health, because her whole life period has a major part of periods or monthly cycle. Another aspect that I need to show you is this unusual diagram from a physiology book, which even women don't know. So if there are women, please, I would like to know at the end of the session that how many got some new insight about their own body. Because I teach the students and I know many students don't realize, oh, this is what happens to us. Women are not different or undermined, no underprivileged category or gender. They are something uniquely made by nature. And the reason being is that she is supposed to carry those two hearts for 9 months. And we can't deny nature. She is given that post and position by nature. Nobody is beyond nature. And what and why happens? She's already preparing for being mother even when she herself is not pregnant. So her ovaries are actually, when a mother becomes, or when a lady becomes pregnant, what eventually happens is during her pregnancy itself, when she is undergoing a female baby, okay, when the baby is developing in her body, during those time, the baby ovary is also developing, and the baby's ovary starts producing eggs in the time when the baby is yet not born. The baby is a part of the mother. She has yet not seen the world. During that time itself, she is producing ovums in the body when her own body has not fully developed. Can you imagine? This is a fact. This is not any myth I'm showing, and that's the reason I showed this diagram. Maybe you don't understand the diagram because it's very technical, but you can see in the diagram there are three particular words on the left side: fetal period, childhood, no development of the follicles. And then the last blue marking is puberty to menopause each month. And you can see fetal period. Her ovum production starts in the fetal period when she's not even born. And that is the reason she's unique. She needs to be taken care of. Now, just imagine I'm posing one more question to you. Now, what is a condition when you kill a female womb? Okay, when we are killing a female womb, you're also killing the future generation, because that has already started being planned, even though when she was not born. This makes her the reason to be talked about. Next is, she has a cycle, but then the cycle also gives her plenty of roles from the day she is born till the day she dies. So she undergoes lot of physical conditioning, lot of changes in the physical body, which is also relevant to her mental health and her emotional changes throughout her life period. Women are not undergoing a same stereotypic pattern of being adulthood throughout her life. She has lots of roller coaster up and down in her physiology, anatomy, because of her period cycle. First 10, 12 years, she doesn't have periods. That phase is different. When she steps in puberty, the phase is different. When she gets her menarche, the first period, and she no goes into her adolescence and young no teenage girl, she has a different hormonal condition, emotional condition. When she is getting married, getting matured, that condition is different. When she is delivering first baby, second baby, maybe a miscarriage, the condition is different. When her cycles are about to stop, pre-menopause, perimenopause, the conditions are different. When she is in menopause, condition is different. When she is post-menopause, condition is different. And these are all laid down facts. You can find out with research papers. There are a lot of physical, emotional, mental changes happening in female's body. That's why female's life stages needs to be discussed. She needs to be talked about. And this everybody will relate with me. The next diagram. Those who are women here, especially the Indian women, this is the present condition with so many of us, including me. We as I told you, we are the ones who do a lot of multitasking. So this is the role, because many women have to compulsorily do job, go into profession, work at whatever level it may be. Okay, but they have to work because they have to bring some money back home also, as the financial condition of the family is weak. So she needs to balance her job and she needs to balance her no home matters. Wherever and whatever post she is holding, she is expected to do kitchen work. If she's not doing, it's secondary. But even then, she's expected. There is an expectation that she will cook or she knows cooking. For example, no, there are many people who wonder whether these celebrity heroines, okay, the Indian industry celebrity female heroines, do they ever cook? So they always want to guess this. So your expectation is there that even though she is a Miss World or Miss Universe, whether she cooks, you judge her by that. So you're expected to do household work. At the same time, you are expected to make money, go on to a higher post, okay, and have your name and status. Still you need to come back home and do. So this is the condition of modern women. There are also issues with her because now India is losing the joint family system. So we do not have a very good support system which we were having previously. There are a lot of nuclear families wherein both the parents of the couple is working, and in that condition, she's left alone to handle so many things, including her pregnancy. And that is taking toil onto these women nowadays. So, this is what we need to talk about in terms of health for these kind of women, especially who are balancing between work and life. And why we should talk about women. I just want you to get convinced that why we should talk about women and her health. Everybody must be knowing about Statue of Unity. I come from Gujarat, and I cannot forget that this is world's tallest statue, which represents our nation and has put us at some very different no level. All of these in the diagram, you can see all of them. They are having some historical landmark because of these things, right? So because of that, what's happening is that uh, when you see all of these particular tall buildings, they are all relying on the pillar. If there is no pillar, how these particular tall buildings or tall statues would stand by? It's very difficult. You cannot have this kind of historical record making no statues available. It's about the pillar, and women are like pillars to the family, pillars for the children, pillars for the society, for the nation, and for the globe. So if your pillar is weak, you can't make the building strong. It's not possible. The building is going to shatter sooner or later. So we need to have strong pillars. And strong pillar requires good health, good well-being, good mental health. And that is the reason we want to talk about women's health. So I'm sure that you're getting convinced. And I hope everybody is with me. Dalpreet ji, am I going good? Or should I slow down the pace, or everything is
No,
going
no, ma'am.
good?
No,
Yeah,
no, ma'am. We are actually enjoying all your
yeah.
insights
Thank
and
you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, coming to the argument that why paying more attention to women and not to men, see, this is one of the reason. I again emphasize I'm not in against of men, but women are unique. Women are specifically designed for some purpose by nature, and we have to respect and accept that. So, this is the basic difference if you see from body point of view. Okay, women are the one presently, at least presently, because I come from biotech and I know biotech is whole trying to change the nature, and we want to produce babies and anyhow using women. But still, that is in experimental stage. We haven't done anything. We can't do that. You need women for pregnancy, for delivering a child, okay, which is not possible by men presently. The muscles that women have, okay, there is also a change in the muscle mass and the type of muscles that women and men have. The definitely the monthly cycles are in a part, and no, a crucial part of women body, and also the body fat, that is different, because men are designed for aggressive hard life, and women are supposed to be delicate, gentle, gracious, because she has to keep those two hearts. Okay, she is supposed to give birth to a baby. How can a very aggressive and a very sturdy person can give birth? That she can't have that resilience, endurance, and tolerance if she is going to be hard headed like men. So she is not designed like that, and that does not mean that she is lower or under the men. It's not like that. She's designed separately, men are designed separately. Both needs to be respected, both needs to be at their own places. There has to be no comparison. When we talk about equality, equality has to be for right to education, right to get the health, access to the health, because you need to go for the laboratory test, you need to have some particular no hospital aspects. So those things are needed. You need to have right to education, need to have right equality for opportunities. There we need the balance, but not, we don't want to disturb the natural balance, because women and men go hand in hand, and that is where the balance lies. But when the opportunities are discriminated, we need to bring the equality over there. That is the reason they are distinct, and that is how both are different. So biologically, this difference is going to be always there. One more difference I would like to show here, and that is related to the brain, because there are a lot of myths about women, especially when women drive the car. A lot of people they say that women cannot drive good car or good vehicles because they cannot sense or judge the distance or judge the space, and they are very bad drivers. So it's not actually like that, but then the way biologically women function different, they also function technically, at the cognitive level different. So female brain works differently and male brain works differently. And that is how it should be addressed. Okay, so this is a simple difference between that. And you can see here, she can process the emotions very well. Now, that is also related to those two hearts that I'm talking constantly about. She can process the emotions very well. And men are generally considered to be more practical. Okay, a good point I'll discuss for all of you. It's a little bit on a lighter note, but it's actually the fact when wife and no husband they fight. Usually, wives speaks a lot. They talk so much. No, they bring so many matters from the past and from so many years back, 10 years, 20 years back, and they describe the incidents as well. You did like this in this incident, you did not support me, your mother told me this, your no, this one is talking like this, and she'll bring all of that. Men will not remember all this, and when women talk so much, men get confused, so they cannot counter argue. Women always would argue a lot, men can't counter argue, so men gets irritated what she is talking about. That is also a difference between their brain functioning, right? So this is how they are very different, and we need to again appreciate the differences and use it in the right sense. This is how women also see finances differently. They also function differently at the finance level. Okay, so their perspective for money, for savings, for paying the bills at right times, okay, all varies. For example, there is one percentage here, 74% of the female, they'll pay the bills on time each month. They're very sincere. Okay, they are not going to keep the debts. Men take it casually. No, they take it practically. They are not worried about. They'll do it, but they are not worried about. Okay, but women, they'll do it on time. Okay, and there is again a difference. I have a general knowledge of stocks, bonds, and mutual fund. Men rank ahead. Women, they are not ranking good. 40%. Okay, they are not into stocks. They are a little fearful about that. And if you talk about Indian women, even today, a greater mass will never ever think about mutual funds or going for stock exchange. They don't even understand because there is no literacy related to finances. Okay, we are lacking this particular literacy. So there is also a difference in these particular things. So that's the reason we need to talk about women's health. And why finances? Because that counts when it is about well-being. If you have money, if you have your own money, you can go to a gym, you can go for a yoga class, you can go and take a massage, relax yourself. If you don't have money, you're not going to do anything. Many women, they go for job, they are earning, okay, but then the money is given to their husbands or the money is spent into the family. There is nothing left for her as in saving. So when she wants to actually spend it on her health, she's left with nothing. And that is why finances count. That is why she needs to get financial literacy. She needs to understand that she has to have some savings for her own self also. Okay, and that's the reason I took this difference between the finances. Taking you to the challenges now. This is why the topic we wanted to discuss, and what is the issue related to the health and well-being of the women. So taking on to the next slide. There are lots of challenges with respect to women's health, mental well-being, general wellness, but I will be only talking about few which I want to draw the attention about. And those who are listening to me from other nations, please note I am talking with reference to Indian female. Okay, it's all about India and in the context of Indian women. So the challenges definitely are with her reproductive health. That is very crucial. And India being the country which has a major, more than 50% youth, youth population is there with us. We have a lot of young women. who are facing health hygiene issues, STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. There is a lot of problem related to menstrual health and hygiene. Although there is a awareness also now because of education, but still a greater mass is facing the problem for health and hygiene. Also issues related to contraception, issues related to miscarriages, delivery issues. We have lot of women death, a greater number of women death after delivery. So two major death accounts in women case in India, which are really grave, and that is the new mothers, the one who delivered, their death is more, and the newborn babies, their death is also more. So that is one major issue related to women, because they are not getting enough nourishment, not getting good care, hygienic issues are there, and that is the reason this female death is increasing. And infertility, that is also on a rise because of a lot of contamination in the food, the products all around environment. That is one of the major issue that women is facing. Another is the crucial issue of mental health. I'll show one census in the coming slide, wherein you can clearly see that women health is more challenged compared to men. One major reason is her multitasking, no doubt into it. The stress level and the pressures are very high to be handled. She is the one who undergoes depression much in a greater way compared to men. And also depression related to deliveries, maternal depression, postpartum blues. These are very common with women. Anxiety is a very, very unnoticed issue in women. And women of India also suffer from premenstrual dysphoric disorder, PMDD, which is not even talked about. As I work with a lot of menstrual disorders, I have to know openly say this, that Indians hardly know about PMDD, the higher version of premenstrual syndrome, and wherein women get very violent during their starting of the periods. And that is taken very casually by women herself, which is not good for the family nor the women. And many go under depression due to that also. We have a rise in menopausal depression also. We have a rise in lot of mental health issues because of perimenopausal age, because the menopausal age is going down. The ideal age has to be 45, 50, and it's now seen that even the ladies with 30 years of age or 32 years of age are suffering from menopause, perimenopause, early stages of menopause. So that is putting a lot of toil on the mental health of the women. Food and nutrition, sorry to say, but Indian women are also ranking high in malnourishment. We have a major class of female even today suffering from anemia, and it's not yet resolved. Food and nutrition is a major issue with women, and that is more with the pregnant ladies, and that is why government of India has started the ASHA worker, no primary health sector ASHA worker concept, which has to some extent covered up, but still looking to the greater population, we are not able to reach everywhere. And that is again a major concern. And as I have already shared, the financial literacy, now, all of these, if you want to have a quality food, you need money. If you want to, reduce your multitasking and you want to appoint somebody or source out somebody, you need some money. If you want to go for health checkup, you need some money. If you want to go for some treatment, you need some money. So you cannot, no, deny. And many of the women, they are not paying attention on their own health. They again put their health secondary to the family's need. Whatever money is needed by the family, they are going to use that first, and then if left out, they'll work upon themselves. And many are not left with any savings. So that is where financial literacy is must. It's high time the way Indian no, women need to put their step more in the political global era. They also need to put their step forward into finances. And lack of awareness and education. There are so many symptoms that women undergo which they neglect. they don't find it essential to talk about, they don't find it essential to address such issues, and that is the reason they go unnoticed, and that leads to third stage cancers many a times. Now the reason being is that so many times they themselves are not no educated, so they can't read, write, there is no literacy available, so they don't know what is the disease about, what the symptoms are about, they fail to have that thing. If they are literate, they are not aware about those things, so there is a lot of lack of awareness and educational no opportunities for women. These are all the most dangerously available rising health challenges of India presently. We have a lot of young girls undergoing PCOD, PCOS, obesity issues starting from age 13, 14, 15, 16, and they end up into infertility later on. There is a very high rise in breast and cervical cancers also. So these are some of the things which really need to be addressed at a very larger scale. And this was a census I was talking to you about. This is the latest census, and India Today group, they did this survey, and you can see globally as well as at Indian level, the number of women suffering from mental distress is very high. No, it's very challenging. So, and even with the groups, many age groups, so it's not that certain age group women are only suffering. Till 75-year plus old lady, there is a depression level high. So we need to address these issues. These are the major challenges. I'll not cover all of them. Some of them I have already covered in the previous slide, but I want to draw your attention here on the first issue. Women issues are considered taboo subjects with public debate around it. So nobody wants to talk about women issues, the women herself, especially the mental problems. Nobody wants to talk about post-delivery depression. No, they hide. And there is a stigma if somebody is talking about women's mental health. And that is the reason they don't come out and approach a doctor. So that is a major problem. Many of the solutions are not tailored for women. They are not women-centric solutions. Even though the problem is women-centric, delivery and pregnancy is only an issue of women. You need to have solutions for that. You need to make a policy for those kind of things more, which is yet not there for many of the aspects. For example, cervical cancer, breast cancer, PCOD, PCOS. We don't have those things. There is also an ongoing debate whether menstrual holidays or casual leaves should be given in a profession or not. Few states believe yes, few people say no. Okay, there should be no period leaves given to the women. So these are issues which are to be tackled yet. There are very less specific limited data related to gender requirement. Gender specific disease analysis data are very less. And I would agree to this very much because I wanted to show you more data, but in certain diseases, I couldn't find the data myself because very less research work is there. And at global level, we are still more relying on women data coming from other country and not from our country. We need to come forward and do research so that women data comes from our country, and then policies are made based on that data and not on foreign data. So that is where we need to really work upon. These are few of the health effects related to women's health. So I'll not go in the detail because we have discussed these aspects. This is where malnourishment. Okay, why there is a malnourishment? So this is a census which was done with respect to Swasth Bharat Abhiyan, and you can see that so much less important food is being consumed by women. So only 46% of the women, they are consuming fruits once a week, and only 45% consume pulses wherein the proteins come, that is coming only for 45% day on a daily account. So there is a lot of mismatch in the food, and that is because also there is an influence of the junk and the fast food and the lifestyle issues and gender discrimination. Even today, gender discrimination exists in India in many of the parts of the different kinds of states that we have, and women are not given quality food. They are the ones to eat the stale food, the leftover food. Okay, certain types of foods are not allowed for them. So this still they are going through this, and that is one reason they suffer from these problems. And this is what malnourishment can bring to women. These are all the issues which can be because of the malnourishment. And why education? Why I'm talking about lack of awareness in education? Because this is the condition. This census is from the National Family Survey report. Every 5 years they do that. So till 21, when they did it, there was little bit rise. But still you can see not even 50%. Okay, not even no particular number. There is a rise of 41% only. We do not have a rise into the women education more than 50%. So there is a large group of women, almost 30% women, who are not getting education. This is about being literate. They don't know how to read, write, right? How many who know read, write are aware is again a different story to be tackled, right? And if they are gaining this, then how many are gaining higher education? How many are into science and technology? That's again a different topic to debate. If they are getting literacy, they can develop thinking capacity, make right decisions, have confidence, they'll understand their own issues properly, and they'll put forth that issues properly. And that can really support no working out onto their health problems also. Now, somebody might be wondering suddenly why there is this slide of first month of pregnancy. I want to draw your attention why we want to take care of maternal health, why maternal health challenges needs to be addressed at a very important level, because in the very first pregnancy month, all these things are planned for the baby. When the mother is not knowing that she's getting conceived at that time, in the very first month, the baby is having heartbeat, the major organs are developing, and during those days, if the mother is not being taken care, the newly conceived pregnant lady is not being taken care, you imagine what new generation would come to your country. So that's the reason we need to talk about it, right? And the last last two slides, I'm aware of the timing, Dalpreet ji. So we have the approaches, what we can do. We know now, I'm sure everybody has agreed that women are important and their health is equally important, and there are a lot of challenges. So how should we resolve that? First, make women aware about her own problems. She needs to be sensitized for her own self. Second is you need to sensitize the system. There are policies, there are a lot of facilities, lot of concessions, a lot of things available at government level which we are not knowing, which we are not using at the right point. A lot of corruption is happening in that needs to be somewhere curbed, and then only we can use it. Enforce proper policies and laws. That's very important. Now, if we understand the previous two, if you have sensitized the policy makers, the policy would go well. Fourth point is going to be have multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary approach. And the point that I've kept at the top, that is involving the community. You have a right set of system, but the family doesn't agree. Family is not supporting the women. How she will use the system? Husband doesn't support the women. How she's going to go to the hospital? So you need to involve the family, society, community, the caste, creed for bringing out appropriate solution. And the last slide is an open question. I want you to carry back home. After all this discussion, celebration of International Women Day, do we really and actually take women seriously? Because if we really are taking the gender being women seriously, we shouldn't be talking about challenges and solutions. The solutions have their way. So when you really are serious about something, you will prioritize and you will find out the solution anyhow. You'll work upon the solution anyhow. So we need to question this to ourselves. Are we really seriously taking women as a gender to be addressed? Thank you so much. Thank you, Dalpreet ji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nehal Shah, ma'am, for your insightful and impactful lecture on mental health, well being, and physiology of women. Your expertise has shed light on the importance of emotional resilience, self care, and the unique physiological aspects that influence women's health. Your discussion on mind body connection has deepened our understanding of how mental well being is closely linked to physical health. The practical strategies and knowledge you shared will undoubtedly help us foster a healthier and more supportive environment for women. We truly appreciate your time, wisdom, and dedication to this crucial cause, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Uma Sinha, ma'am, to conduct question answer session for today's seminar. Dr. Uma, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Dilpreet ma'am. First of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our resource persons for sharing the wonderful brainstorming sessions. Your discussions gave us invaluable sight and creative ideas. First of all, I want to give the regards to Ophelia Alige Ramos for the interactive sessions with empowering nature of the mathematics. As we know that mathematics are empowering the women by fostering the critical skills, thinking skill, problem solving skill, leading to wider range of the career opportunities. You had discussed very beautifully, ma'am, that how the throughout the history, the women's mathematicians made the significant contributions, pushing all the boundaries and expanding the mathematical knowledge with figures like you had discussed about the Hypatia, then Mariam, leaving all the lasting legacies. So this was a very wonderful presentation, ma'am. Second presentation was Dr. Indra Dikshit, ma'am, for sharing the women empowerment in the India. And she discussed about the challenges faced by the women nowadays. And she also discussed about some Indian women stories, the inspiring stories with a powerful reminder that no aspirations and no, we can say that no unattainable can obstruct our goal. Every woman can do everything because they are the inspiring. Especially in India, when we discuss about the Kalpana Chawla ji, then Indira Gandhi, then presently we discuss about the Manu Bhakkar, who had done the very good performance in the paramedical this one Olympic medals he had done, and so all these inspiring story are making us to achieve our goal. So very well discussed about this woman empowerment in the India. Then last discussions was the about health and well-being of the women by the Dr. Nehal D. Shah, ma'am. It was very nice presentation. As I belong to the human physiology. My subject is also human physiology, and you had discussed very important points, ma'am, about the menstruations. What the women are facing, the emotional changes when we discussing about the hormonal level of this menstrual cycle, that what the women are facing, especially in the menarche, when onset of the menstruation and ending of the menstruation. In both cases, what the emotional changes taking place in the woman especially, and what the hormonal level changes, what she are facing the problem like depression, anxiety, and you also very discuss about the financial literacy about the women, which is very much important nowadays. Because when we're discussing about the development of the woman, financial literacy is playing a very much important role for the development. And you had discussed the broad concept of this all mental health, this one health and well-being of the woman. It's a very nice presentations. Now, that's why I'm giving to my heartful gratitude to all the presentations, and it was very nice presentations. Now we have a question round for our resource person. So I request all the participants, if you have any inquiry or clarity regarding the topic which has been discussed by our resource person, you can ask. Kindly raise your hand and I will take one by one, and kindly mention the resource person in whom you want to ask the question. You can raise your hand if you have any queries. Participant, if you have any queries regarding any topic, then you can ask, and you can also mention the resource person. Any queries?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, sir. You can unmute yourself. Hi, hello, sir. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me? Good afternoon.
Yes, you are audible. You can ask your question, sir.
Okay. The question that I have for the speaker is about persons with special needs. You know, we have women who are also persons with special needs. And is there any profession or is there any challenges that they also have how they encounter? So, and I want the speaker to do the justice on that. So that's just my question.
Kindly mention the resource person name, sir.
I'm Toib Ajao by name.
Alleged Ramos, ma'am, or what? Indra Dishit, ma'am.
I am a man. I'm Toib Ajao by name. Tohib.
Okay. If anyone resource person can answer this question, then you can say.
Should I address this?
Yes, ma'am. Kindly, please.
Yeah. So, Tohib, there are challenges with respect to the special challenged women also, especially in terms of getting sexually abused and with
Okay.
respect to
Yeah.
their period issues. So there can
Yeah.
be some challenges to that, and it would go relatively. So because all the women who are challenged, mentally challenged, or who are specially disabled or challenged, they are not going to have the same percentage of physical, mental, emotional challenges. So it would go from one point to the other, one person to the other, but there are going to be challenges for their health also with respect to what kind of health facilities they are getting. So, if I talk about my country, we are still struggling to provide appropriate health facilities to such kind of female. We do not have at many places special hostels or special experts who would address their needs. So that is still lacking in case of India, and there are health and physical problems related to them, but that would go relatively. So doctor needs to first check and see what are the issues related to the person. It's only about reproductive aspect, or it is only about mental health, or is it about them having some organ distortion? Accordingly, the challenges needs to be addressed. Thank you.
I would
Oh,
also
thank you.
want to add, would
Okay.
it
Thank you for the wonderful question, sir. We go to the next. Kushaga Garg, you can ask your question. Kushaga Garg.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible. Now you can ask your question, and you
Yeah,
can
first of
also
all,
mention the
happy
resource
Women's Day to
person.
all the ladies who are here.
Okay, sir. You are audible. You can carry on.
I'm telling, first of all, happy Women's Day to all the ladies here.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for wishing us.
Yeah. Now coming to the question, since I'm sociology background student, my question is how the patriarchy influence too much to the gender discrimination. Like there are already women who are facing a lot of problems, challenges on a physical basis, mental basis, like societal basis. How can we curve down the patriarchy concept so that women get more upliftment in the entire scenario? And this is open question. Any speaker can
Okay,
reply to
sir.
this.
Okay, sir. Any madam can reply this answer. Any resource person can reply this
Yeah,
question.
so thank you for the question, Kushagra Garg, and thank you for the wishes, best wishes. I think, according to me, the best way to sort out this problem is through the policies. So, government needs to make some appropriate policies wherein directly the patriarchy can be, no, overlooked. So, no, they don't
Right,
have to go
right.
through that. That's one way, which is very tough, no doubt into it. And the
Yes,
easy way is that women needs to know about their rights. I come across so many women who don't know where to approach for what
right,
particular thing. So
right,
if we can make them aware about their rights, then maybe they can know raise their voice, because sometimes they really want to fight out, but they don't know where to go, whom to go, and how they should know do the process. So
right,
that is where there is a gap of communication between the provision of different policies and the female who are struggling to access those things, and
right,
that gap
right.
needs to be filled up.
Basically, awareness, lack of
Yeah,
awareness, we
lack
can.
of awareness. So it's very simple. Just like we don't know if I'm being cheated as a consumer, where I will go at a local level,
Right,
or if
right.
I have been having a threat of digital no arrest, or maybe a cyber crime, how should I
Mm-hmm.
approach? Where should I approach? So they
Right,
don't know about these particular aspects, because it's very difficult to change the social norms and the mindset of the people on a large
right.
in the society. So
Yeah,
unless and until she herself becomes aware, she can then at least train her kids and the cycle can start.
right, man. At least the upcoming generation won't face
Exactly,
the similar
exactly.
challenges.
Yes, yes.
Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful question. Next, I go
Yes,
to the Dr. Freddy Biomichaels. Dr. Freddy Biomichael, sir, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Dr. Freddy Biomichael, sir. Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can. You are audible, ma'am. You can ask
Can
your
you hear me?
question. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am. You can ask your question.
Okay. My name is Dr. Ndidi Ofole from University of Ibadan. Mine is not a question, mine is a commendation. I really want to appreciate the presenters for demonstrating a high knowledge of insights into today's program. All the presenters have a grip of what we are expected to have. In fact, I want to say on my own personal experience that I benefited from this webinar. And these various slides used were very, very illustrative. And if you missed any word from the slide, it was very obvious. You can quickly grab the information. I want to appreciate you and say a very big thank you. We look forward to other webinars from this group. I was happy that you have a WhatsApp group that you are trying to build up. So it will be a good community for all of us from different continents to network and collaborate and even write some academic papers and push some policies and make some advocacies if need arises. So I want to say congratulations to all of us and happy International Women's Day. I'm proud to be a woman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for wonderful wishes and happy International Women's to all of you. And next question is Dr. Freddy Biomichael. You can unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah,
Dr.
good
Freddy.
afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir. You
Yeah, I
can
want to
ask
really
your question.
appreciate this webinar. It's a very interesting one. My question is to all, any of the presenter can answer my question. I'm from Nigeria. My question is, how do we balance the issue of equality for everything about women and the home front? Because here in Africa, we believe that women are the major keeper of the home. So when we talk about women being given all the opportunity that men deserves, that they deserve, how do we balance it between them keeping the home well and also being able to function properly in the society.
Nice question. This question is open to all resource person.
I would want to address that question,
Okay,
but
ma'am.
I would be clinging it to mathematics side because there are female mathematicians who struggled because of the dual role of women in mathematics and in homemaking. For example, we have Sophie Germain, while managing household expectations, she secretly studied mathematics. Emmy Noether, 20th century, she chose mathematics over traditional roles, but she faced institutional sexism. And Mary Cartwright, a mathematician who balanced academia with social responsibilities. Now, I would like to highlight Dr. Nihal's answer a while ago that to achieve true equality, we must support and create policies, flexible work schedules, enhanced maternity leaves for women, and child care support in academia. I believe other universities have already implemented that there are lactating rooms in the university where mothers who are professors in the university will be given a room to feed their children, their babies. No, other countries have already expanded their maternity leaves to 90 days and such and more. Other countries also have a year for maternity leave. So if other countries can, why can't we? Right? We also wanted to challenge gender norms. For example, we encourage shared responsibilities in the home. It's not just women who can do dishes, right? It's not just men who can wash clothes, right? Something like that. Another thing, we also have to enhance or be role models as women or give women a chance to become mentors to other women as well, so that we would be the younger generations, perhaps to cut the chase now, the younger generations would have role models, would have examples of women who can stand up in a world where man reigns, especially in the sciences and mathematics. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am. Now I go to the next, Kanchan Kripalini. Kanchan Kripalini, are you there? Kanchan Kripalini?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, I'm here. Happy
Okay.
Women's Day to everyone. Thank you so much, Uma ma'am, Nehal ma'am, Dilpreet ma'am. It was really a very insightful seminar. I would like to ask one question about women's health again. I want to know that how can women proactively monitor and maintain their overall health? Are there any tests that they should be doing, maybe annually, maybe monthly, that can be done to have an insight, have a glimpse of their overall health?
Yeah, there is a possibility to keep a check of your health, and there should be no. We have a routine when we get up in the morning, taking bath, doing your brush, having breakfast. So we need to inculcate a routine for maintaining the health in our children right from the beginning. For example, exercises, doing yoga, having healthy food, maintaining a lifestyle, going for good sleep. This should be a part and parcel of the routine, which should be taught to them from the very beginning. That's very important. That will eventually give them good health. And we should also be telling them about different diseases and their symptoms. Anything deviating from the normal health should be addressed, should be talked about. No, we don't communicate. We are very poor in communicating, especially the women. 4 5 days, till 4 5 days, if you have fever, you don't want to take anything, you don't tell anybody. Unless you are totally bedridden, you will not take action. So we need to at least talk to the doctor or talk to somebody that you have these kind of symptoms. Then only the things can come out. Women are not talking about it, and that is one reason they fail to gain the right time health care that requires or that has to come up. So that's not coming many a times. Related to maintaining and testing, yes, you can do that. For example, after 40s, all the women are advised that they should go for their regular checkups at least once in a year to rule out the problems related to breast cancer, cervical cancer, and also to rule out menopausal issues. Now, you should be in touch with your doctors so that they can advise you time to time when you should undergo the test. Those who are planning pregnancies, prior the pregnancies, they can undergo a normal checkup so that they know whether their internal body is actually ready for pregnancy, post pregnancy as well. Those who are no young women, so if their menstrual cycles are disturbed, they are not going regular, they should go to the gynecologist and talk about that. So there are certain landmarks in the women's life stages wherein they can undergo a regular checkup. And now every no people every 30 those who are in the age group of 30, they are in general also advised to undertake health checkup. This is irrespective of men and women, because we are facing early heart attack issues. Even though it's men or women, young men are also getting heart attacks nowadays. Blood pressure issues, diabetic issues. There are people who are in the age of 30 getting diabetes. So it's advised that you go and get a regular checkup done once you cross the age group of 25, 30. And very importantly, if you have genetic background of any diseases, if you have somebody in your family suffering from cancer, suffering from breast cancer in particular, suffering from diabetes, obesity, blood pressure issues, heart attack issues, you should go once at least to the doctor and inform that this is my genetical history and when and how many times I have to undergo a regular health checkup. This would surely support you to plan your own health routine for your upcoming life. I hope, Kanchanji, I have responded satisfactorily.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for wonderful question, Kanchanji. Now, see, still there are some hand raised, but sorry, I won't be able to take more questions because of the short time. But I want to thanks and my gratitude to all the resource person. It was wonderful session, and you had given the great wisdom to all the participants. In conclusions, let us remember the word of the great feminist and activist Gloria Steinem. The story of women's struggle for equality belongs to no single feminist, nor to any one organization, but to collective efforts of all who care about the human rights. My deepest gratitude goes to the ICRT committee members to conduct a very productive conference with exciting and encouraging discussion and exchange of knowledge. I must say thanks to core committee of the ICRT, chairman of ICRT, Dr. S.K. Singhmal sir, General Secretary ICRT, Dr. Sandeep Kumar sir, Dr. Navneet Kaur, Executive Director, Education Division ICRT, Dr. Simran Mehta ma'am, and other member of ICRT who worked too hard behind the scene to make it such a success. And thanks to all the resource person again, and great moderator, Dr. Dilpreet Kaur ma'am. And at last, I will say thanks to a wide round of applause and thanks to all the participants who made the event a memorable one. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us today and helping us make this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all. Now I am handovering this seminar to the Dilpreet ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful and insightful question answer session round. We really enjoyed it. So now it's time to announce Global Youth Icon Award 2025. I would request the ICRT technical team to showcase the presentation for the same. So this is the most awaited segment. We are going to announce the Global Women Icon Award 2025. The first award goes to Dr. Harsha Naranbhai Dangar, Assistant Professor. Second goes to Dr. Tapasya Chauhan, Assistant Professor, University Agra. Then it is Dr. B. Nandini, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies. Then the next award goes to Mrs. Jyoti Shri, Associate Professor, Faculty of Nursing, Rama University. The next one goes to Professor Janvika Verma, Head of Medical Laboratory, Vadodara, Gujarat. The next one is Mrs. Dimple Juneja, Research Scholar, University Udaipur. Congratulations to all the awardees. The next award is for Miss Nithika Sharma, PRT Vikal Public High School. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award is for Dr. Madhu, English teacher for school. Next is for Dr. Sunita Bhaskar. Congratulations to all the awardees. The next award is for Dr. Harshita Sharma, Assistant Professor, Jaipur. Congratulations, ma'am. The next awardee of the day is Dr. Gurvinder Kaur, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Punjabi University, Patiala. Congratulations, ma'am. Next awardee is Ms. Harshita Panjali, Research Scholar, Amity Institute of Education, Amity University. Congratulations, ma'am. The next awardee of the day is Dr. Dhanya Shankar KS, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Thrissur. Congratulations, ma'am. The next awardee of the day is...
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Nitika from Vikal Public High School, Rohtak.
Okay, ma'am.
Actually, ma'am, by default, I missed my name when you are announcing the awards of that. Can you please show me my certificate once again? Please, it's my request to
We
you.
can definitely show you, ma'am, and you will receive your certificate also. Please show the certificate to ma'am, Miss
Nitika
Nitika.
Sharma.
Yes. This is your certificate, ma'am.
Thank you so much,
Congratulations.
ma'am. Thank you so much for
Very
and I
congratulations, ma'am.
appreciate the session that you all have given and the like information and other things I really appreciate. And I'll try to inculcate in the daily lifespan of me. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the purpose solved.
And ma'am, my spelling name is wrong, ma'am.
You can get the corrections at the later part, ma'am. Sure,
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
it
Okay,
will be
ma'am.
fine, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
So
ma'am.
next awardee is so this is all I think. We are done with the award ceremony. Now I would like to conclude the session with a very beautiful line. Empowered women empower the world. When women are healthy in mind, body, and spirit, they become unstoppable forces of change, strength, and inspiration. When women nurture their minds, honor their well being, and embrace their strength, they don't just transform their own lives, they illuminate the power of the generations to come. In conclusion, as we celebrate today the International Women's Day, let us reaffirm our commitment to empowering women through education, leadership, and inclusivity. True progress lies in breaking barriers, fostering equal opportunities, and creating a world where every woman can thrive without limitations. May this seminar inspire action, ignite change, and pave the way for a more equitable and empowered future for all. My sincere gratitude for the pillars of ICRT, Dr. S.K. Singhamar, Chairman ICRT, the true visionary, Dr. Sandeep Sihag, General Secretary ICRT, the backbone of ICRT, Dr. Uma Sinha ma'am, the chief patron of today's seminar. Thank you for your contributions, ma'am. Dr. Navneet Kaur ma'am, Executive Director ICRT, Dr. Aruna Anchal, Executive Director Research and Publication Division, Dr. Simran ma'am, Executive Director Finance Division, Dr. Saima Parvas ma'am, Executive Director Public Relations, and all other core committee members whose efforts have made this happen today. And this platform, ICERT, that has made this happen. Such resourceful minds, these transformative exchange of ideas is all because of this wonderful platform of ICRT. So, all thank you to this ICRT platform. So, that was all about today's session. Keep thriving, keep inspiring each other. Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Dilpreet ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Really enjoyed
Thank
the
you,
program.
ma'am.
Thank you all,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Again, we are wishing you Happy International Women's Day to all.
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, I
Such a
also
wonderful
wish a
session,
very
ma'am.
happy Women's Day to all of you from this
Happy
platform. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
Such a
you.
wonderful
Have a
program.
nice day.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
ICRT
Thank you for
for
having
such
us.
a excellent event.
Happy
Thank you.
International Women's Day to